take now the coffee without sugar. Okay, this is my Nescafe New Look. Okay, classic. Oh my gosh. Equivalent to 100 cups. Strong taste. Oh my gosh, I cannot read the nutritional fact. Oh my gosh. It's expressed in Arabic language. I cannot read. Nakakaloka. Okay, never mind. Okay. So, strong coffee. Para di ko makatulog. Diyan! Pwede yun makatulog. Nakakaloka. Ay, nako. Ah! Tadaan! Ganon. Guys, ang akong dinner take, ano Jud na garaya? Nakakaloka si Jud. Diba? What do you raise rice? Sige. What do you... Huwag ginipan, nagaraya na Jud. Nabusog naman ko guys. Peanuts lang, fairness. Kaloka. Diba? Saya-saya special. Okay guys, I show you this one, nagaraya, right? Oh, diba? This one. This is only my dinner, nothing else. So this is trans fat 0, cholesterol 0. Oh, spicy coated peanuts. Okay, red color, spicy, diba? So, nabusog ko. Kanila. Grabe, di ba grabe akong system. I can survive without, nakakaloka. Di ba mga palangga akong hitad? Charach! Guys, this topic is very, very important. Take to listen attentively and, cautiously. Wow. Because, this topic is not really common. Meaning to say, it's not being discussed very well in college and in high school education. Because this is more highly, specialized in terms of the strong nuclear force. Something like that. So, what's that all about? Later, I will drink coffee first and I will share to you what's that all about. Nakakaloka. Diba? The clue here is we are familiar that much in the study of atomic theory discovered by John Dalton, something like that. Because as we can remember also, John Dalton had two contributions to science. The first contribution is the law of multiple proportions, right? Based on the calculations of the compound, for example, the ratios of the masses, the number of moles, whatever. And then he has also discovered in atomic structure, atomic theory. Okay, so when we mean atomic, what comes on our brain cells are the nucleus, something like that. Okay, the nucleus, and then there will be a outermost shell of that nucleus, and then the three elementary particles that will come directly in our brain cells are those protons, neutrons, and electrons, something like that. Okay, but there are more to that. Okay, as this trying to split one over the other. The behavior of these electrons, protons, and neutrons are not limited to three particles only. If you need to dig to the study of this strong nuclear force, again, related to nuclear chemistry or BS nuclear engineering or BS nuclear chemistry. Diba, highly specialized nuclear. So meaning, oh my gosh, nuclear. It looks like after this course, I can create a nuclear reactor, right? Of course. I can design a nuclear reactor and I can even manufacture missiles or spaceship in outer space because it's driven with a strong foundation and concepts of strong nuclear forces as well as the weak nuclear forces and the strong nuclear forces, to be honest with you guys. Okay, something like that. Get the point. It's gonna be like this. So I think, I don't know, also other worlds are offering this kind of course. This is really highly specialized. Okay, get the point? Complex engineering course all over the world is nuclear engineering and nuclear chemistry. Okay, the word nuclear, it will just amaze you directly because you heard a lot of nuclear reactors, nuclear power plant, and it's not easy to build those kind of factories or industries, right? It requires a lot of cost. It requires a lot of brilliant engineers and staffs to create that kind of business in this entire world, right? Not easy to make that. And it requires also a huge financial capital investment to create and to build that kind of projects also. And usually big countries will do that. China, Russia, America, like that, and South Korea also, and Japan also have. Okay, so not all can do that. Okay, not all countries all over the world can do that. Okay, because it requires a huge of financial resources, very modernized technology, and brilliant staffs and brilliant engineers to build up a nuclear power plant, a nuclear reactors, or whatever. Because this is very helpful in warfare technology, a weapon to fight state over the other state. So this is really the worst case scenario. If they don't understand with each other and they control the whole world, then they throw missiles to other country to country, and that sensitive topic science is nuclear chemistry. You get the point? And nuclear engineering. So, oh my gosh, there's a lot of, genius nuclear engineers. Yes, of course, they are hiring brilliant and they're paying huge money for that also. Okay, because it requires, oh my gosh. So, I can't explain further. Just research by your own. Okay, guys? Muna siya natabo. That's why not all countries can do that. Okay? You get the point? Ganon. Okay. So how can I start this topic? Okay, later. I will teach you also how the sun converted hydrogen into helium, like that, so that we can receive the heat of the sun in order for the plants to grow, in order for us to receive the oxygen, like that, whatever. So it's coming from the sun also. Get the point? Sunlight, or the scientific name of the sun is Proxima Centauri. That is the real name of the sun. Sun is the name general, but the specific name of the sun is Proxima Centauri. Okay? The biggest star in the universe is our sun, known as the Proxima Centauri. Okay? Ganon. Ganon siya, guys. Okay, magsugod na ta. Chart! Magsugod na ta, mga palangga kong hitad. Charot. Ako na siyang papason, mga palangga kong hitad.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
I would like to erase this and change it a little bit. Actually, strong nuclear force. Okay, like that. Okay, now I will draw a nucleus. Nakakaloka talaga ito. Okay, sakit sa ulo po, pero sige na lang. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. Okay. Okay, so this is the nucleus, something like tadadat, okay, tadadat, okay, tadadat, okay, tadadat, okay, ganon. Okay, so we have this is the shell. Small circle, average circle, big circle. This is what we call a shell. These two circles inside are what we call inner shells because it's inside. And the outside will be the outermost shell. This will be the basis of the valence electrons of each element in the periodic table. Okay, for example, if I have iron, how many valence electrons of iron? Oh, in the outermost shell, it contains 3 electrons in the outermost shell. So you will need to know the electronic configuration. Get the point for the elements. Now, it's related also to this. Okay, now we have the nucleus right here. Nucleus. This one. I will label as a nucleus. Okay, nucleus. Okay, like that. Inside the nucleus, guys, mga palangga, we have the particles nucleons. Okay, be careful. This is nucleus. Nucleus is a place. Nucleus are the particles in that place called nucleus. English. Okay, nucleus is a place or a region, but nucleons are the particles, okay, residing or living or existing in this place or region known as nucleus. So it's entirely different. But you can still remember because the root word nucleus will be carried over by nucleus. Okay? Nucleus, so nucleus. Like that. Okay. So, Sister, what is that nucleus all about? Okay? Akong dito kita sa tansa, guys. So that we can understand. Okay? Ganun siya. Nakakaloka? Ay. Okay. Nakakaloka. These nucleons produce also quarks. Okay. Because normally in science, our teachers taught us directly only electrons, protons, and neutrons. But if we need to study deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper about nuclear chemistry as a branch also of chemistry, one of the branches of chemistry, then we need to understand further, there are still another terms before that, electrons and protons. Of course, there are a lot. And I will discuss to you now on the spot. Okay, so these nucleons also is the quark. Because these nucleons are more general. Okay? These quarks are more specific. Okay? So if the question in the board examination will say like this, what are the particles found in the nucleus? Normally you will answer electrons and protons, right? You get the point? Neutrons and protons because they are in the center of the nucleus, right? That is your best option. But sometimes it will not be there in the choices. Okay? So it's understood you could answer either nucleons or quarks. Why? Because quarks composed of composite particles, neutrons, and protons. For example, I will say, what are the particles found? For example, this is an examination in certain registered examination, for example, in chemical engineering, okay, something like that. Question number 1, what are the particles found in nucleus? Okay, ano yung tubag? A, electrons, B, protons, C, neutrons, D, nucleons, E, all of the above. So, electron, EKS, because electron is the outermost shell, meaning away from the nucleus. So, it's impossible. Proton, yes, can be. Okay, let's temporarily check this one. C, neutrons, okay, temporarily check this one also. D, nucleons. Nucleus is the perfect answer because protons and neutrons supposedly must go together in the choice. Okay, because this separate, right? B, proton only, and then C, neutron only. There's no choice like that. B and C only. There's no such like that. So if there's B and C only, then not necessarily you will answer nucleons because it's just the same. Nucleus composed of protons and neutrons. Things like this in the board examination and different multiple choice questions in the future is very important. Okay? Dito po yung mga balanggat ng tatak. Ano siya yung mga liquid. Okay? You get the point. Now, if we revise the choices also, we'll say like this. What are the particles present in the nucleus? Okay, and there's no nucleons. Okay, but there is quark in the choice. You will answer quark because quark composed of a lot of composite particles of protons and neutrons. Now, if there's no quark and nucleons also, but the protons and neutrons are being put together in a choice. Let's say B, protons and neutrons, like this. C, positrons, B, photon, E, baryon. Like that. Your answer will be letter B, protons and neutrons, because protons and neutrons are inside the nucleus. Okay? So take note how it is being phrased in the question. You should have depended all the time if the inside the nucleus always protons and neutrons. Ha? Okay, come on. Okay. Ganun siya mga kalangga. Okay. So nalasa sa quarks, no? We discussed quarks morning sa coffee. Charot! Okay. Ganon. It's in this topic also, guys. In this topic also, guys, we need to understand, Why the charge of electron is like this? Why the charge of proton is like this? Because of this topic. Diba? When our teachers discuss that in classroom, they will just immediately say positive without knowing where does it come from. You get the point? Nicolette na sila yung proton positive, negative niya, ato na memorize. But we don't know where this positive and negative charges came from. Okay? So we are not answering the why question, which is the most intelligent question. The why and the how. Something like that. We always fun saying what or who, where, when. But in fact, why and how questions are very, very important because these are intelligent questions. Something like that. You get the point? Okay, going back to the topic quarks. Okay. Ganon. Okay. So quarks. Okay. So quarks are composite particles of protons and neutrons. Ganon. Now, these protons and neutrons are bonded, chemically bonded within the nucleus. Why they will not move away from each other? That's the question. Okay, question number 2. Why the protons and neutrons inside the nucleus will not move away from each other? Okay, question A. Because they have the same melting point. B. Because they are reactive with each other. C. Because the nuclear charges are close to each other. D. Because they are neutral with each other. Ganun ba, di ba? Or E. Because they are all positively charged particle. E. None of the above. Di ba? Ganon. Okay? You got the point? Why? The answer is none of the above. You can never say they have opposite charges because the charge of neutron is 0. Actually, that is electron. But why electron going to outside from the shell? So, bigaon kasi electron. Okay? Si electron, uwag siya sa laing na shell. Okay? Gat kaayo. Magbabae sa electron. Nangita dyan siya lalaki para yung ikakonkuan. Chorvanes, Chokchakchenes, or whatever. Okay. Kaya nga no, nabay sa proton 3 positive, nang atom siya sa layo. Okay? That's why, si proton o si neutron, nahimo silang jowa inside the nucleus. Okay? Nag-uyag-uyag sila dito, o nahimo silang kuan, na nag-asawa, because si electron, musiki siya ato sa gawas. Okay? Because the main reason also, si electron is very light. His mass is, okay, 9.109 times 10 to the negative 31 kilogram. Whereas si proton, ang iyang mass, 1.67 times 10 to the negative 57 kilogram. And si neutron also, closely related, is 1.667 something times 10 to the negative 57 kilogram. Normally, by math or by science, protons and neutrons will held together if we base their masses. Okay, because they are the same weight. Normally, they will go together inside the nucleus. But aside from that reasoning, what else? Another reason why they are in the center of the nucleus. Okay? What? Nakakaloka. Okay? Dito mga palangga. Nga naman, ano mo sa mga tabo niya ni Gayuna? Again, go back. Okay, because there is another particle that will make them stick together. Okay, stick together. Okay, what is this particle all about? This function of this particle will stick them together and glue them together. Glue, G-L-U, just like a glue. When you put the glue, the paper it will attach permanently for how many years or for how many months, weeks, days, or whatever. Same story. So it is really the gluons, G-L-U-O-N-S, are the particles that try to stick, okay, this protons and neutrons. Okay? Okay, now, these gluons, mga palangga, kung hitag, cannot stick this directly unless these protons and neutrons will be held first initially. by the mesons. Okay, so mesons particle are responsible for holding them together, not necessarily sticking, only holding them so that these gluon particles will stick them together inside the nucleus. You get the point? And that's very clear, right? Okay, that's the reason also aside from the mass that these protons and neutrons are inside the nucleus because of the gluons that will stick them together and because also the mesons will try to hold them together. Okay, that's the point. Ang ano siya mga palangga. But the mesons are so many types also. Okay, that I don't have to go in details, but that is really the general picture why it happened. Something like that. Okay, that's the point mga palangga kamitan. Okay. Now, ato yun sa pagsaon. Okay? Nakakaloka. Now, the charges of protons and neutrons. Okay. So if we go to the physics, what do you call this one? Particle physics pala siya, guys. Particle physics and nuclear chemistry are related talaga siya, guys. Okay? Particle physics. Okay? Okay, I will show you another concept for the particle physics or particle chemistry, right? Related mo siya, guys, right? Okay? Diba? Anak siya ay. Okay, so this quarks, okay mo naman na siya, no? Composed of these protons and neutrons, gano'n, okay? These quarks have also six, direction and orientation. Okay, gano'n siya, diba? Ay, naku, nakakaloka, mga palangga ang hitad. Okay? So what are those directions and orientation? There's gonna be the up, the down, okay, the bottom, the top, okay, the charm, nakakaloka talaga, no? Diba? Charm, and the strange. Wow. Okay, there are six orientations. And we call them in particle physics as the flavor, just like an ice cream. In this quartz. The flavor of a quartz, mga palangga, which is normally composed of protons and neutrons as a nucleus. Inside the nucleus, okay, we have the top, okay, the bottom, okay, upward, downward, charm, and strange. Okay, this strange is very funny. Okay, this charm, okay, it's very funny because this is the type of quarks that these physicists can no longer explain because of the behavior that they cannot explain what this kind of quarks all about. Okay, that's why they call that as a charm because they will be fun and a little bit excite what the orientation really is. You know, the change immediately and after coming back, so they will be charmed. CHARM. Okay, like that. And then there's also a strange. Meaning to say they cannot explain well because of the erratic movement, zigzag movement of this quark. They are not really going into a permanent orientation, meaning magulo. So they consider this as a strange. In English, what do you mean by strange? Diba? You know that already. Unfamiliar, like that. Okay, whatever. Okay, now the most common here is the top, bottom, upward, and downward. Now, the top, my friend, the top is focusing only to the zenith or the pole or the, what do you call this one? The pinakatumoy, tip, T-I-P. For example, if I have this mountain, okay, so I need to emphasize the vocabulary or the English for the difference between top and upward. Okay, so when we say top, it's only the point being considered. If we say upward, it's a direction from top to bottom that's going upward. So there's a difference. Okay, now the bottom is here on the ground. So the point where it lies is the bottom. But the downward is the direction from top to bottom. Meaning to say the upward and downward is more on the motion and the velocity. But the top and bottom is more on the position, in static position or stationary. It doesn't mean moving. You get the point. That's the difference between top and upward and bottom and downward. So, in the case of the quarks, the upward and downward quarks are the normal situation that the matter exists. Okay, what are those matter? Solid, liquid, and gas, because these are composed of particles, mainly protons, neutrons, electrons, or else they will not become a substance without these particles. Right? So it makes up the normal matter. We have this upward and downward quarks. Okay, not the top and the bottom quarks. Okay? You get the point. So mas stable siya. Okay. Now, ganon siya guys ha. Now, how can I determine the charge of proton? So let's say, proton, ganon. Proton, neutron. By memorization, when we are still in high school, neutron really is a zero charge. Proton is a positive one charge. We know that, but that is not enough. We need to know where these charges came from. Okay? You get the point. Oh, masyari tabo kami gayon na. Okay? Okay. Ganon. Okay, going back. Okay. So, how can I prove that it's positive one? So, this 6 flavors of quarks, you got the point, have also values. The same with, what do you call this one? Azimuthal principal quantum number of the electronic configuration. The electromagnetic spin of an atomic orbital must be positive 1/2 and negative 1/2. Okay? And then it should fill each orbital, okay, completely. After one round, it will come back to the first orbital. So, positive 1/2 and negative 1/2, the orientation of that electron in the atomic orbital. In here also have like that, the orientation. Okay, for example, okay, the upward and the downward. Ganon. Okay, like that. So the upward will be positive 2/3. So going up. And the downward is negative 1/3 going down. Okay. By technical scientific research, according to scientist Ernest Rutherford, who have discovered really about more on protons and nuclear charges in the nucleus. That is his contribution, Ernest Rutherford, right? Okay, so basically, sorry, who discovered proton? It's Mr. Ernest Rutherford. Who discovered neutron? It is James Chadwick. Who discovered electrons? It is J.J. Thomson. Perfect. Ganon. So let's go back for this. Okay, so we have a proton like this. Okay, proton. Ganon. So the proton by technical theory in particle physics, right? So there are 2 upward plus 1 downward quark. See? The proton really is composed of quark. Because, I'll explain already. And we have also, this is the proton. Okay? And then another, this is a neutron. Okay? Like this. The neutron composed of 2 downward quark and 1 upward. This upward is positive 2/3, right? Okay. Positive 2/3, positive 2/3 plus positive 2/3 plus negative 1/3 is equals to, by math, when you add fraction and the same denominator, automatically you will subtract the numerator, right? Something like that. Okay, so 2 plus 2, 4/3. Minus 1/3, so it becomes 3/3. 3/3 is equals to 1. That's why the charge of proton is positive 1 because of this concept quarks. Okay, by the flavor, upward and downward. Now you can answer already. If somebody will ask you, why the charge of proton is 1? The answer is 1. Because quark, diba? Essay points. So your instructor will say, explain why the charge of proton is positive 1. So this is your explanation. So essay. Okay, normally it's essay, right? Essay question. Okay, now, how about the neutrons, mga palangga kunitan? Okay, we have downward, two downward, so negative 1/3 plus negative 1/3 plus upward plus 2/3. Okay, it's gonna negative 1/3 plus negative 1/3 negative 2/3. Plus 2/3 opposite sign equals to 0. That's why the neutron have a charge of 0 because there are two downward quarks plus one upward quark. Meaning to say, if the question in the future will say, what is the basis of the charge of the proton? Simple as that. A, meson. B, baryon. C, lepton. D, positron. And E, quark. Your answer will be quark. If you try to verify the question, okay? Something like that. You get the point. Okay, quark man yung basis. Okay. Then, in question also something like this, what is the value of upward flavor of quark? Your answer will be positive 2/3. Kalas. Okay? Things like this, theory questions. Okay, that is all about quarks. Ganon. Okay? And now, we have also the electron. Okay. So, Sotero, how many types of electrons we have? There are 12 electrons we have, not only one. The one who will flow to the electrons in the wire is just the normal electrons. But there are a lot of electrons, 12 types of electrons. Now I will discuss to you one by one. Okay? 12. Okay? Electron. Charot. Okay? Like this. So, electron na mapalangga, the same as, okay, quarks. Okay. Electrons are made up of leptons. This is also another question for the future. Electrons are made up of what particle? A, quark. B, baryon. C. Your answer will be lepton. L-E-P-T. This is really, guys, this is really deep elementary particles, subatomic particles study. Okay, this is lepton. It's not lepton that we drink. Okay, lepton drink that rich in vitamin C, something like that. This is lepton, not gahi. Lipton na to, gahi ito siya, di ba? I forgot. Lipton or lepton? Nakakalimutan ka. Okay, this is lepton, not lipton. Okay, it matters on the pronunciation, right? Okay, so electron composed of several leptons. Ganon. Okay. Now we have here, ako i-divide chuba-chuchu. Ganon. Okay. As I said earlier, 12 siya mga palanggaang hitad. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ganon, 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 ganon. Okay. 12. Kaya pa man siya yung mga kuan-kuan. So, diri mahitabo ang katong mga neutrino. Okay? If you found this in the books, alam sa mga neutrino, di ba? Okay. So, the first one, mga palangga hitad, okay, is the electronormal. Electronormal, and then we have the electro neutrino. Okay. You get the point. Number 2 will be the thou, T-H-A-U. Actually, this is a Greek symbol like this, but I have to put in words. Thou. This is, if this is the thou, this is the anti-thou. This is thou neutrino. Okay, ganon. What are the others? Number 3 is the mu. So this is the anti-mu. Okay, anti-mu. This is the mu neutrino. Nakakaloka. Okay. So 6 siya, guys, because including their behavior. That this electroneutrino will go in another orientations 2. That's why 6 times 2 is equals to 12. Ganda na. Okay? Okay, 6 naman siya daan. Okay, these are 6 already. Then it will orient to another replica by term, guys. The reverse. For example, if you have this electron, we have the reverse orientation for this electron. 1. And then anti-tau. Nasa siya another orientation separate for this. So, pira na. Until sa type 12 gives siya. Each type here will have the opposite orientation and direction. That's why we have 12 types of electrons made up of these leptons. Okay, ganon. Okay, nakakaloka lang kakumitan. Okay, now, so sabi mga paano niya charges, mga formula, whatever, chumuchu. Okay, so, guys, I will add velocity. Why I add velocity? Because these electrons, as I told you earlier, very light away from the outermost shell. The purpose of this, guys, is really to connect na tawag. You need to direct towards the nucleus. Okay? So in order for this electron to direct towards the nucleus so that there will be a chemical bonding or any chemical reaction or else nothing happens. Get the point? The oxidation reduction, like that. It's impossible for the electrons to be outside or away from the nucleus. They need somebody to react with, so they will be directly towards the nucleus in which these protons and neutrons residing or present, something like that. So that's why the velocity is needed for electrons to move, right? To move towards the nucleus. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. So electronegative, ganon, comes the velocity of this electron. So you can have the electro neutrino. Okay? Like that. And then for the tau, negative also tau, and then the velocity of this tau. Okay. And then we have also the mu negative, and our velocity also of the mu. Then count how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. There are 12 types of leptons. Any questions so far? Ganon. Okay, here, in this topic, all you have to do is to understand and coupled with memorization. Okay, because even though you understand, if you will not memorize, it looks like you will never retain the terminology perfectly in your brain cells because you understand only, but the terms will not be as precise compared as you memorize. You get the point? Though the requirement of memorization is to understand first, yes, we are already there, but the exact terminology will not be retained in your brain cells after how many years? For example, like me, I graduated on 20 years ago in the university. How can I retain that stock knowledge if I don't memorize the terms perfectly, aside from understanding it before memorizing, right? So it should be like that, not only understanding, because sure, you will never remember the terms if you will just understand, not memorize the terms. You get the point? You can agree me or not, but that is only my true confession. Based on what I experienced in my education in college or in high school or whatever. Okay, you get the point? So it's gonna be like that. Okay, that's why we need to remember the hint, the clue, the acronym, or sometimes we need to extract the positioning. So kung saan yung makakabot sa atong muna-muna, as long as we have the indicator to remember that quickly. Okay? Because if we don't do that, for example, if the term is very long, then how can we do that? Especially there are terms that they have no other, the same meaning. For example, no other meaning, example ha. Okay, for example, electroquasi-static field. So what's the electroquasi-static field? What is that? This is one type of fields in the electromagnetic force. Okay, that states that due to rapidly changing magnetic field and electric field, but negligible electric field. This is the definition of electroquasi-static field. So meaning to say there are a lot of types of electromagnetic fields. There are at least 5. I only mentioned one because that isn't our topic. Right? You get the point? So, my point is, if you will not memorize the terms, then there's no other term for that. Even though you understand, nga. Okay, so you need to perfectly memorize the terms. Okay, aside from understanding it before memorizing. You get the point? Okay. So, meaning to say, comprehend well, or do a hint, H-I-N-T, and a clue. CLUE, so that it will be registered to your neurons. Okay? Okay, because we have electric impulses in our brain, like that. Oh, and it will be accumulated there, whatever. Okay, something like that. Nakakaloka. Kaya ano masabi? O, di ba? Okay, di ba guys, ganun siya. Okay, any questions so far for the strong forces? Oh, ang dami ko mga fans. Baby M, Juice Mother. Uy, ang daming nakatingin sa live streaming ko ngayon. Thank you so much guys for supporting my live streaming and very happy that you are watching right now. Actually, I have a minor headache, then it was already lost. And the only solution is to vlog. Really, I am sleeping like this and I have a little bit of, not really that major headache, only minor, but still it can obstruct me when I do something. Okay, when I move, then of course I rather rest. But how can I do this to forget this headache? Then I do a vlog and live stream and suddenly my headache was lost. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be like that. The only solution is to vlog and to live stream in order my headache to be lost. Nakakaloka, di ba? So unique. My gosh, it's not a medicine that will try it to remove, but it is the routine happiness of live streaming and vlogging will be the answer to remove this type of headache. Thank you so much mga panagapanitad. Shout out Juice Mother, Baby M, mag-quiz na taron. Charot! Okay, Uy, Baby M, bilang ka mag-exam kay, isa pa na. Rain Cherries, thank you so much Rain Cherries for watching. I love you Kakampinks. Okay, I know there are a lot of Kakampinks here. Okay? I know they hate me, they hated me, but at the same time they love me also. I know that. Don't deny it. Okay? Okay. You know that. Okay, I think you love my articulation, right? The way I spoke. I think so, in your vloggings. Oh my gosh. What else? Nakakaloka. Okay? Dali kayo mo hawa ang kuan guys ng mga chat because this is a mobile phone, not the laptop. If I use the laptop, I can read exactly the totality of your message. Wow, totality. Your complete brevity of your messages, I can read that thoroughly and completely if I will use the laptop monitor screen of the LCD liquid crystal display and with adequate resolution. Wow, resolution? Nakakaloka. With the resolution, bitawagan na niya guys, no? Sa ComSci, computer science terminology. Thank you so much, President BBN present. Yes, thank you so much for coming here. BBN, yes, akong utok ni function. Wow. Thank you so much. Okay, I love you guys. Okay, what pa may naka-perfect days? Uy, sa akong question. Hello po. Hello kayo yung tanan. Bisaya, raman dyan, klaro kayo. Uy, I cannot sing lagi mga palangga. Uy, because you know na. Okay. So that's why I do this because I cannot sing. Okay? Though I will also do this, but sometimes I can sing, but it's not allowed due to a high respect. Okay. You got to put high respect. Okay. So, what can I do now? So, any questions so far mga palangga kong hitad? Okay. Actually, Ma'am Agnes Abalu, I already solved the chemical reaction you gave to me, and then you can give it to your daughter, okay? I cannot explain because unless we will be able to do the video call, and I can explain to your daughter that it's gonna be like this. I can act as a tutor without payment. A tutor without talent fee, or a tutor for free, right? Something like that, because I find doing it. Okay, ano pa? Okay, you get the point. Oh my God, mga palangga. Yes, I love to do it. Okay. Any questions so far mga palangga? Uy, before mo ato sa kuan, char. Nakakalo ka mukhaon sa akong nagaraya ha. Nakakalo ka mga Juno. Yes. Oh, nagaraya mga palangga. Naniting nagaraya, uy. Nagaraya. Happy hot and spicy flavor with zero trans fats and zero cholesterol levels. Palit na. Palit na. Sa'yo! Bili na. Palit na daw. Wrong grammar. Wrong Tagalog grammar. Diba? Diba? Study day ka, sir? Laoy, sige. Ano na itong topic na yung gayon na eh? Sige, anak lang. Sige, I will ask you a question. Ayaw rin yung i-google eh. Because if you try to Google search, of course you can get the answer, right? Just answer directly. I will ask you a question for a matter of 0.001 second. Okay? I ask you a question. For example, who discovered the theory of evolution? Question number 1. Who discovered the theory of evolution? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19. Guys, actually this is being taught in biology. The answer is Charles Darwin. Discovered the theory of evolution through naturalization. Okay? This is more on the, environment. Talking about the interaction between the living organism and people or the habitat. Yun. Uy, namupya makanako, uy. Okay, number 2. Okay. Who? Sa'yo naman yan. Wala ni premyo kasi naman yung kainin. Who discovered that the world is round? Who discovered that the world is round due to expedition? Wow. Who discovered that the world is round? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ano kakuha? The one who discovered that the world is round from expedition is Mr. Christopher Columbus. Okay? Christopher Columbus is the answer. Sayang kung kaya guys, uy, kuha ko tagaan dito mo cash prize. Yun mo kakuha. Okay? Another question. Nakakaloka. Okay. Isa ha, nasa ko. Okay. Who discovered hydrogen as the lightest element in the universe? This is worth 500 pesos for 0.25 seconds. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Time is up. When nakakuha ha, natamoy 500 pesos ato. Okay? May nakakuha. At itong tumuhabol si Kuan, BBM. The answer is Henry Cavendish. Saktong ta ka BBM, pero naawit lang ka o Kuan in code. Diba? Sayang ka BBM mo pag paspas pa in code BBM mo para makuha siya mo. Saktong yun ang Henry Cavendish. Sayang ka 500 Diba? Naawit ko kami bigyan. Ako itong ikaw. Okay. Another question. Ano ba kayo awit din ha? Diba? Magkaloka. Basta. Who discovered that copper nitrate nakakaloka, will produce copper, nitrogen, and oxygen in the law of definite proportion. Wow, grabe naman yung tanong. Okay. He discovered this in 1794, in 17th century. Okay, who discovered the compound copper or copper's nitrate to produce copper, nitrogen, oxygen in a law of definite proportion? Wow. Talaga? Okay, wala nang katubag, klaro kaayo. Mag-lislis sa gilo ni guys. Okay? So, na siya, worth, ano na siya, worth 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. May nakakuha. So actually, the one who discovered that is Joseph Jules Proust in 1794. Kompleto kita na year. O diba, nakakaloka naman. Diba? So, question number 5. Who received a Nobel Prize Award in 19th century? Specifically in 1903, he discovered the polonium and radium radioactivity. Nakakaloka. Di ba nakakaloka na talaga? Okay. Who discovered and received the Nobel Prize Award because of his contribution of their contribution of the polonium and radium radioactivity. They received the prize, actually dalawa sila eh. They received the prize in 1903, 19th century na nakuha ang award. Okay, kinsama ni sila. Okay, you got the answer or no? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lisod yan, hindi mo na lisod. Lisod juga ito di mag-bukoy. The answer will be Curie, Marie Curie. Okay? After Henry Becquerel discovery of radiation. Radioactivity. Okay? Ganon. Di ba mga ganun? Sige, ma-answer kini ninyo. Kung alam niya siya guys ha, 200 pesos. Kasi yun raman niya siya. 200 pesos rami. Okay, related niya sa biology. 10 ha, 10 seconds. Ayaw niyo i-Google search. Okay. May ilan din ako. Okay. Who discovered penicillin? Penicillin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who discovered penicillin? Extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh, nakakuha. I'm fast. Okay, the answer will be Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin. Okay. Huwag yun nakakuha ng mga palangga ng hitad. Uy, nakakalaw ka. Diba? Sabi naman guys, I discovered penicillin. Diba? Okay, ito. Who is the father of chemical engineering? Who is known to be the father of chemical engineering? If we have the father of physics and chemistry, we have also the father in chemical engineering, also in biochemistry. But my question is, in chemical engineering, who is the father? Okay. So, di ba? Dito ba siya, guys? Okay. The answer will be, mag-test, mag-count ako. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The answer is George Davis is the father of chemical engineering. Okay. Ganon. Isa pa mga questions so far. Okay. Sa mutungan sa mga brain cells ha. The question will be on the spot that will come only into my brain cells. Okay, in my neurons. Okay. Nakakaloka. Neurons talaga. Yung the central nervous system. Ba yan? Okay, ganon. Sa mga question, okay. Say, who discovered the ideal gas equation? the ideality of a gas. Okay, nakakaloka, di ba? Who discovered the ideal gas equation or the general gas equation PV and RT? Because we are very, very fond of using this equation when we are, if you're a chemical engineering student, then we will be able to use this most of the times in our physical chemistry and also in our thermodynamics, right? And in fact, also in the unit operation, sometimes we will use this formula if we treat our topic as an ideal gas, right? Who discovered the ideal gas equation or the general gas equation? Okay? It's just the same. Okay? Kinsaman mga palangga. So 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the one who discovered that one, mga palangga. Thank you, Zivags. Thank you so much for watching. Is Mr. Binoy, silent T. Mr. Binoy Emil Paul Clapiron. Wow, ang haba naman. Mr. Binoy Emil Paul Clapiron. So he is the guy who discovered the ideal gas law equation. Okay, then another theory also, Cebu Institute of Technology University, Cebu City. Okay, so what is the most abundant element in our planet Earth? 800 pesos cash prize, 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Time is up. The answer is oxygen. Oxygen is the most reactive element in the planet Earth. Okay? It usually undergo the rapid oxidation chemically bonded to other elements known as oxides of the metals. For example, magnesium plus oxygen to magnesium oxide. Usually group 1A and group 1A and 2A will be bonded to oxygen to produce an oxides of metals. Okay, that's why this is the most reactive of all the elements in the planet Earth. Oxygen and the most abundant. Okay, another reason also, the water has oxygen. Okay, in the natural reaction, hydrogen gas plus oxygen gas is equals to water. And all of the chemical and biological substances inside our body always needs oxygen for further synthesis and metabolism. Something like that, okay? Macromolecules. I don't have to discuss further, but oxygen is really needed for our vital organs to survive because they need cellular respiration in order for these vital organs to function very well. Okay, what are those vital organs? Respiratory system, central nervous system, excretory system. Okay, what else? So many. Okay, a lot, guys. Mga system, digestive system, ganon, urinary system. Di ba urinary, gallbladder, mga ganon, di ba? Okay, or the central nervous system, mga tanong system, guys. Okay, they need cellular respiration because our vital organs are composed of cells. Okay, cell membrane. Okay, that's why we need fat because this fat, FAT, will make our cell membrane strong so that it will not be damaged easily. So that's the purpose of the fat, FAT. And we need also heating process in our body. Need fat for that. But what happens is it will be only just too much high in content. That's why other people will become obese, becoming too much, bulge or whatever. But we need fat in order for us to survive. Okay? If that is the case, our vital organs will be easily damaged. If there's no fat, FAT or lipid macromolecules, we need that really. Okay? But if it is above for the requirement, then that's the only problem. Okay? Get the point? So we need that in our body through heating and will act as a fuel for our heating and cooling system, vice versa. Okay? And for the rigidity and for the flexibility of our cell membrane. Ganon. So that is the function of the fat and a lipid. Okay, lipid and fat is basically the same family. Okay, with avoid the fats, the trans fats, whatever, right? Diba? Okay, cholesterol also is a lipid or fat family. We need cholesterol also. Why? Because we need the production of vitamin D. Remember, if you have enough cholesterol, okay, during the process of absorption, synthesis of the heat of the sun, it will be converted to vitamin D. Okay, your cholesterol level. That's why it's advisable to be exposed on the sun so that we can obtain freely vitamin D without taking vitamin D supplements, which are costly. It's a point. So that is natural process of obtaining vitamin D through the heat of the sun, and it's gonna be vitamin D2. Because there are two, right? Vitamin D2 and vitamin D3, I think so. And this is true, and this is called now cholecalciferol. The word chole is from cholesterol, and then we add, okay, calci meaning calcium. So cholecalciferol, because calcium is a requirement of vitamin D for the absorption to function very well for our bone health, for stronger bones like that, chuba-chuchu. So, ganun siya. And the other vitamin D is through direct absorption to our liver. Okay? Not by the sun. Okay, so this is coming from the food na that we eat. But if we have this enough level of vitamin D by the sun, then it's for free. Okay, so it's better to do that rather than buying vitamin D supplements. Then if you are very lazy, then you don't have to do that because you have so many money, okay, financially, then you have to buy vitamin D supplements, not an issue. But if you really want for free, and at the same time, to improve your metabolic cycle or your metabolism as a part also of exercising, then go to the field or whatever and expose the heat to the sun, normally morning, early in the morning. But it doesn't mean also that the other time is no longer having a vitamin D as long as there will be the heat of the sun. But it's better and effective in the morning rather than in the afternoon and then during the, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock like that. As long as there is the sunlight, still you can gain vitamin D, but not enough level compared to early in the morning. But it doesn't mean wala na kay vitamin D na higayon na. Okay? Nagyapon, but in the morning is very, very too much level. Okay? Okay, any questions so far mga palangga? Okay? Wala na mo makakuha, no? Wala, Jude. Okay. Okay. Question number, what is the disease if you have lack of vitamin A? What is the disease developed if you have lack of vitamin A? So vitamin A is purely on the beta carotene, something like that, retinol and retinal. Okay, so vitamin A coming from the animals and vitamin A coming from the fruits. Vitamin coming from the fruits or that is more on beta carotene, but vitamin A coming from the animals, such as the meat we eat, have a vitamin A, that is retinol. Okay, sometimes called retinal. That is the form of vitamin A that we obtain from eating chicken, beef, cow, sheep, or name it. All kinds of animals have vitamin A. Okay, it depends on the level. But for the fruits and vegetables, it's beta carotene, like the carrots we buy in the market. That is rich in beta carotene for improvement of our vitamin A level. My question is, if you lack of vitamin A, regardless whether it's coming from the plants, coming from the fruits, or coming from the animals, what kind of disease? Okay? 1, 2, 3. Actually, there are 2 terms for that. It will be accepted. We just have the same meaning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The disease is called night blindness and xerophthalmia, meaning you cannot see clearly at night because of lack of vision due to this lack of vitamin A. You cannot see clearly. Your eyes will be easily blurred, something like that. You can see clearly the letters because you lack of vitamin E mga palaga kuhitan. Okay? If we talk about the sight, always connect that with vitamin A. Okay? You get the point. Ano siya? So, wala dyan ko nakakuha. Yun yung mga palangga. Oh, nakakaluka yung mga palangga. Okay? Sa'yo na ito ang question eh. Di ba? O dyan mo kakuha. Sa'yo na na. Okay? I'll go with... This is nutritional science, actually. Or medical science related question. Something like regards to vitamins, like that. It's also related to chemistry because all vitamins have chemical formula. And if you don't know the chemical formula of all vitamins, they nana also. You should be familiar also, oh, what is the chemical formula of vitamin B? Like that, the thiamine. Okay, you should know also the functions, what are the diseases developed if you are lack of vitamin B, something like that. So what I'm trying to emphasize, overall science talaga siya, guys. Not only chemistry, not only physics, all science, including the environmental science. Okay, sasakasal lang mga akong topic. Okay, nakakaloka pa palang kakumitan. Okay, what else? Charot. Okay, nagdadrambi naman siya. Okay, what is an omega-3 fatty acid? La. How can you present to me the chemical formula of omega-3 fatty acid? Hindi ganun ba social theory? Meron talaga, guys. Ay, nakakaloka. Okay? So, how can you say that? Okay? Huwag na lang yun kasi mahirap na siya, di ba? Okay? Huwag na lang mga ganun-ganun, mga medyo, biochemistry na. Okay, guys, mga palangga panghitat. What else? Sige, answer na mo. Huwag yun nakakuha. Hindi ko makahatag din yung cash prize, mga palangga. Huwag yun nakakuha. Okay, nakakaloka. Okay, sa'yo na lang na ako eh. O sige. Who discovered... Charot. Ganun? Nakakaloka. Who discovered that the... Who discovered that the oxygen is circle? Binuara ha? Okay, nakakaloka. Who discovered oxygen? Pwede sad, no? Who discovered oxygen? Mga palangga. Sa'yo na kayo, the answer will be Jules Presley. Okay? Nakakaloka. Jules Presley, yun? Yes. Okay. Ganon. Nakakaloka. Diba? When nag-message na ako, kisama niya. Ala. So, politika, kalbuan na politika, I don't want to entertain. Char. I don't want to entertain. Isko, asa man isko, nakakaloka ka isko. Ningon si isko diri, kaya pasak. We are just, ano to? Isko Moreno, pag sure, we are just stating facts na ang mga pink, Bali, at sila, Lini, mata pobre. Wow. Ano yun? Yun lang yun. That's my opinion. Okay. Basta sila mata pobre. Sila mata pobre. Ano ba to? Balik. Sila mata pobre. Sila mata pobre. Sila... Ang dami naman. Sila mata pobre. Sila mata pobre. Ano to? That's it. Sila mata pobre. Bully sila. Ilang beses naman binabalik-balik? Raise to the power. May basa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Raise, mata pobre, raise to the power 6. Binabalik-balik niya. So let's say, in math, mata pobre, exponential to the 6. Meaning mega. Mega mata pobre. Right? So, i-convert na lang natin math para aligre. Okay, presidential aspirant. Wow, April 21, 22, Esco Moreno. Grabe mo, mag-away mo duha ni Lenin. May paimula ng uyabon si Lenin. Wala mo na siya bana. Diba, ang saya special talaga para mahunong na si Lenin sa kuan yung pagkabigat la. Diba? Esco, panguyabin na si Lenin. Ay mo ang awayon Wala pa kay asawa. Di ba? Okay, para malipay na si Lini kay wala siya katuwang sa iyang kinabuhi. Charot. Di ba tinuod man sa, di ba? Tinuod ba wala siya asawa, wala siya bana. Wala nga mga atong mamakak jud ta. Di ba? Tinuod man po. Okay, mo na siya nitabo mga palangga. Giaway gyud si Lini do. Okay, mata pobre. Ang kaloka. Diba? Okay, mga pinklawan, I love you. Char. Nagakaloka. Kung sige lang nag-reply ang pinklawan, kasi ko nabasahan lang mga message. KSP. Okay. Okay, more of the BBM Mutubay. Okay, then sige sila ko message. Nakakaloka. Diba? Masa man ni, uy. May message. May nag-message, nagmamakaawa. Ano to? Nagmakakaawa. For what? Ay, nakakaloka. Sabi na rin. Ang dami pero eleksyon na nasa akong kuan. Hindi lang kumutanawa na kapoy. Okay, puro sa eleksyon na nasa sulit sa akong kuan. FB notifications. Nakakaloka. Ano pa to? Ay, eleksyon gapon. Eleksyon gapon puon na kayo Huwag na yan. Dito ako sa science world kasi masaya. Diba? Walang kaaway. Masaya ka na kapag nandun si electron, si proton, si neutron, di ba? Way kontra. Diba? At saka mahait po atong sa labutan rather than sa politiko, di ayo. Okay? Wow. Sa mani, Sa mani iyaha. Okay. Wa jud ditubag. Sige, atong basahan ang mga komento diri ari. Okay. Tapos guys ha. Ay sa inyo down, kay matulog na ko sa iyo. Char. Ay nakakaloka. Laoy. Ayaw sa mo palagi, uy, hindi bati. Uy, char. Uy, nandiyan ikuan ako guys ay sini giingon niya rin ako. Saan ni? Tapos akong basahon. Tapos saan may comment rin ari. Okay, nini-comment na ako kinsa man ni. Tapos ni comment gid siya. Saan ni comment ko pa lang kapagitan. Ala. Okay. Ningon siya dali ari nga kuan ni apil lang jud ko na siya ako lang dit suway sa Marsan ako kay taas man ana siya tapos ako si extract ang phone. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, ako sa basahon. Ganon. Okay. Okay, pwede na makuha na ako. Okay, ningon siya sa yung message mga palangga nga niadto lang ko na siya sa rally kay na ako na yung mga benefits sige, grasya. Okay, lingon siya na kay ano kung madjud kuno kaayo kay labi na lisod kay ang panahon nya lagi nya wa bay hatag-hatag uso kuno kay kang BBM dili mo hatag-hatag ba. Okay, mo nang apil siya sa kuan sa kakamping rally kay ako ni tag 150 ana siya ano kun kuno kaayo kay pila gud sila ka buok, let's say kuan ko sila ka buok 8 nya 150 times 8 kuno mapalit din og mga sudan ingana di ba sakto pud baya siya gawas pa sa kuno ana silingan man nimo guys dili na ko mention pa okay ana siya nga gawas pa sa kuno ana naidaghan artista malingaw kuno siya mo na ni apil siya sa rally sa kakamping, ganon. Pero ingon siya nga, di majud ko siya lini. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, 8 sila kabuok, dito sila lini ang 8. Nya panalitan ning ana daghan kay naging ana sa crowd. I-multiply kuno na di. So that means ang katong mga to sa iyang rally ni Lenny, dito siya genuine, di siya sincere. So dili na nimo siya automatic i-multiply na nimo ang venue of 200,000. Uri ka 200 people joining the rally ana nya. Wa makakabaw kato tanan. Lini ba gyud to sama ani o na evidence ingon siya nako mismo nga di ayong giapas ko andra 150 pesos niya free kaon niya free dapat jud ko ni t-shirt. Oh, di ba? So ganon. Makita ng katag. Okay. Yan nasa tulingon diri ari, wa man siya ni message ako lang gitan-aw. Okay. Kanita siya ni message mo siya personally sa akong FB message kasi lingan man ni. Okay? Ang katong usa iguro siya ni post guys, nala siya nga. Iyang gibidyuhan ang katong dito sa ilang venue sa katong kakamping dito sa luyo sa kilid. Dako kay space dili man puno, pero ini ika post nila sa FB mahibong ka mapuno ang area. So meaning to say, ni picture lang sila dito sa anggulo nga di makita ang likod o ang kilid. Okay? Or either ilang gi-photoshop o gi-edit nila para ingnon daghan ang nangapil sa ilahang kakamping rally. Makita man mo ka na may evidence, gi-videohan man niya. So tim gana siya. Dito mo si Rowena Guanzo nagyaw-yaw sa imong video, puros panaot. Kawatan anak. Lagi, anak guys, di na juga patulan si Rowena Guanzo guys. Okay? Tinuod yun na guys. Lipay kayo sila, kaya dagan ko na kayo sila. Hindi mo ko tinuod. Diba? Matag tinuod. Fake. Okay, fake ang ilang photos. Okay niya. Kabantay sa mo, nga naman kayo fake. Kay, ang linya bitaw nila, straight kayo. Hindi ka photo, as in, configured kayo ba nga, murag, ang geometrical shape sa usa ka perimeter, uniform jud kayo siya para siyang nag-flag ceremony nga maglinya. Di ba na nga ang actual ng mga kuan guys, kanang mga actual viewers kay di ra ba jud na siya. Wa gyud na maingon ra ba na. Oy, forward race ana 1 meter each. Wala ba na instruction basta lang kay nag crowd mo dito. Wala na instruction nga maglinya ba tupong jud pugay pero ang ilang photos tupong kaayo ang linya dito, ang leathery. So mura jud something wrong sa edit sa dimension ganon. Kay grabe jud kay ka-arranged sa ilang photo. Bro, nahog jud siya ng perfect gid siya nga square ba. Makatawa jud ka gud. Okay, mag-analyze ka ba na? Ka-perfect na sa dani wa jud ka nang sango bisag usa lang jud ka space nga makita ba. So diha naman na makita kay sa bibim sara na may mga space food. Ingon mo ko dito nga na space dili puno. Sa akong mga message dili siya puno lagi pero sincere man ang mga tao ana di man na mo matter ang puno og dili ako sa ginan dito. Okay, wa man na magpasabot abi kay na puno mamutar to ninyo tanan akong giingnan. Di ba? Wa jud ko ni ingon nga puno kay di ba sa gitinuod puno alam mamakak ko par ingon jud puno. Even though I am a BBM Sara supporter, right? I don't have to tell a lie just because to uplift our candidates. Di man jud tinuod puno. Ako ra siyang dito nga, huy, di bito na siya puno, pero solid ba sa na good, sincere ba, lahi din ang mapuno na binayaran ra ito. Oh, di ba? Samaan ni na evidence, di ba? Ang silingan. Kinay 150, pink t-shirt, og free kaon. Ganon siya. Siguro, mapil sa siguro taan, ay ko parta na isujud ta, or taglingaw-lingaw, di ba? Mapil ta kay free man tanan. Pero nga ba sila no, di man sa kundi, kinam sa kuy kaila nga, Lenny siya kaayo niya. Ningon mo siya sa gabi, nag-message mo siya na ako nga, huy, sutiro, di mo na tinuod, nga naitag 1,000 ang, ana siya. Niya karon naman nag-picture dito sa lain sa nga source nga naadyo tinuod nga Lenny Kiko, nga naadyo siya, ako siya nga, basin siguro, wala tanang tagai. Ako dili sa makaya sa siguro iko tanang tagaan ako siginan basta first come first serve ang makauna siguro mo makakuha atong 1,000 og ang t-shirt ako siyang giingnan tinadto ko no yang tiya dito ana taga-amor sang lugar siya sa Pikas Barangay. Okay bro mi mag-away ha kay ano kauman na ako si kuan dili na ko mention kay bright ra ba. Okay bright food charot okay wala ko gi-mention mo may nag-away open minded man kay siya. Okay? Nagkaluka. Okay? Historita, sir. Uy, di ko kamao sa history. Uy, mga palangga. Biology. Di sa ko kamao. Though I accept
selected, sa second year ng high school, kuan, na-honor gid ko sa second year high school. Second honor ko guys sa second year high school. Okay, but daghan ko mga nagtagas akong score sa una sa high school. But nakalimutan ko ato guys, kaya memorize. Ang ako natamanan sa biology ni katulad yung chromosomes, 23 chromosomes and 23 chromosomes is equals to 46 chromosomes. Wait, more na ako nahanduman. Tapos na siya yung mga fertilized egg, katong zygote. Fertilized egg zygote niya. Naapod siya katong mga sa tuwi ko nahanduman tayo pasagay sa female sex hormone ang estrogen and then male sex hormone ang testosterone. And then, napunto siya dito ang mga DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA, ribonucleic acid, nga na, ang responsible ang ribose sugars, together with the phosphorus, and the nucleic acids production through genetic information. Di ba biology na siya? Muna ako nanumduman sa biology. Katong mga guys, katong mga kingdom of species. Okay, for example, asa na bilong ang human being, asa na bilong ang kanang iring, asa na bilong ang kanang buaya, or kanang mga snake, o mga langga nga. Phylum Mammalia, Phylum Reptalia, Phylum Amphibia, Phylum Fishes, Phylum Vertebrata. Okay, ako na siya gimemorize sa pag-biology, but tugin na mo kayo guys. Okay, din na pa ito yung mga sa biology, katong mga grabe kini mga species and memorize scientific name. Okay, kanang kanang mga plant no. For example, gomamela. What is the scientific name of gomamela? Ganon. Okay, lisod na kayo kita asking mga terms. Wala ako memorize. Ako na-discover, katulad si Alexander Fleming, na-discover ang penicillin. I-discuss man sa sa biology. Diba guys? Okay? O katopong nanakot may butterfly dito sa bukid. Char. Okay, nanakot may butterfly, nga among ipapilit dito sa frame. Ganon! Okay, biology man, study of mga animals. Meron ako naman sa biology. Okay? Ang akong galang sa biology nga, katong related siya sa chemistry, nga biology part ba? Dito more on the animals. Diba? Karang mga biology related to substances mo na akong ganahan. Okay, sama ng mga DNA, RNA, mga ba, related mo na sa chemicals good. Sa chemistry ka na mga topic sa biology. Kato mga X and Y, if X and Y will produce a male baby, ba? Okay, then kung XX siya, male baron, ba? Diba? Nakakaluka. And then kung naatay ka 23 chromosomes, ang 22 diha, autosome, ang 1 diha, usara ka pares diha ang sexosome, meaning through sex hormones sa lalaki. The rest niya through other vital organs man ang autosomes niya. Ang sexosomes mo na to ang katong specifically katong sa reproductive. Okay, through reproductive cycle. Katong chromosomes, di ba? Ang kanang chromosomes, usara na naka-pair out of 46 nga related yun na siya sa sex chromosomes. Ganun. Di ba nakakaloka? Di ba? Okay. Muna ako nigawa na uy. Di ko kabaw, take of medicine, kilisod kayo na siya guys. Okay. History din po ko kamao. History kato ako nigawa, katulad yung which of the following is known to be the sleeping giant? Which continent is known to be the sleeping giant? And the answer will be China. Ganon. Kato pong the land of the rising sun. Blank is the land of the rising sun is Japan. Okay, may babura ko nigawa the land of the setting sun, I think Thailand. Okay, and the pearl of the Orient Sea, ganon, Philippines. Ganon, mga anak akong ibalaan. O katong, who proved that the world is round? Christopher Columbus. Okay, katong, who introduced Christianity? Si Ferdinand Magellan. Ganon lang ba? In March 15, 1521. Ganon siya. Okay, unay lain guys, mara din akong ibalaan. Who killed Lapu-Lapu? Okay, the one who killed Lapu-Lapu, ang kusinero. Gipatay niya para lutuin. Okay, like that. You got a point? Kay lapu-lapu fish man guna siya. Okay? Asa pa mga palangga? Di ko kamao og history. Okay. Asa pa man ang mga palangga kung hitad yun yung mga kumakain. Kasi kung ito na tayo. Kaloka. Katugon na ba ako guys? Okay? Sige. Sige, question pa mo kaya ako daw ate man pa mo kaya parang taas ang views. Chart. Okay, bangko. Okay. Sa mga question guys, sa mga okay. Diba? Sa pa may mga question yung gusto mga palangga kong hitad. Okay? Ganon. Okay. Pula sa kayo ng mga force, no? Mga speed, ganon. Ano yan? Blank is the rate of change of velocity. Oh, si answer. Puol ba? Puol. Okay, the answer will be acceleration. Okay? The rate of change of displacement. Charot. What is your answer? The rate of change of displacement. If you have the rate of change of velocity, which is an acceleration, you have also the rate of change of displacement. Closely related with distance, that is velocity. Okay? You get the point mga palangga kong hitad. Okay, because distance and displacement have the same unit, but different in orientation and direction. Something like that. Okay? So in the speed formula, you are using the distance. You are not using the displacement. But in velocity, you are using the displacement over time. In the speed, you're using the distance over time plainly because it doesn't matter the direction where it goes as long as you will put the distance covered, the total distance covered. But for displacement, it will just connect directly point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. Connect that point 1 to the last point. That will be your displacement. But for the distance, you will sum all. Distance 1, distance 2, distance 3, distance 4, even though zigzag like that, that is distance. That's the difference between speed and velocity. It matters a lot, right? For example, if I will be traveling to a city and there's a lot of curve like this, and then the question will say, calculate your velocity, and you will use the distance. It will never be that way because the displacement you are measuring there, not the distance covered. You get the point? You have to add all the distances from point A, from point B, from point B, from point C, from point... That is your speed. But for the velocity, it would be only the initial point from your starting point and to the last point, regardless if it is zigzag, curve, that is the displacement. So there's the difference between velocity and speed, though it has the same unit. Meter per second, kilometer per hour. So, muna siya ang explanation. What's the difference between the velocity and the speed? Your answer will be because the velocity, sir, covers both magnitude and direction, whereas the speed is only covering the magnitude without the direction. Ganun. Okay, isa pa. Nagyaw-yaw jud ko. Di ba mga palangga kong hitan? Naminaw sa akong explanation, sa akong lecturing. Okay, nakakaloka lecturing. Di ba? Sa pangutana pa mo, maabot ko ba itong kuan projectile, sure ko. Okay. Katong mo throw kag ball, ganon, and then it will ma-cover nimo ang projectile na maka-create yung kaukuan. Hyperbola and itong sagad, hyperbola and parabola. Okay. And then you will compute for the velocity for that. Okay, and speed according to the what type of orientation and direction you will be able to produce after throwing the ball. Ganon. Diba? Ganon siya. Okay? So mga palang kaunitan, momentum na sa garon. Klaro kayo. Okay? Dili na ako ikot kasi sa'yo naman na siya guys. Okay? Na tumog statistical mechanics, lisod kayo guys, hindi masabtan. Statistical mechanics, quantum mechanics, advanced engineering math, katong Laplace, lisod kayo siya guys. O katong katapusang part sa differential equation. Lisod na jud kayo to siya. Okay? Nga part, madala-dala pa ang kuan, integral differential, pero abot din mo sa differential equations katong padungan sa last na topic, nga. O sa katong advanced engineering math katong na yung mga Laplace equation, ganon. No, kasabot. Char. Nakasabot ko gamay pero dili jud ingon nga pulido. Until now. Okay? You get the point? Nakakaloka, di ba? Okay. Isa pa yung mga question yung mga palangka kong hitan. Oo, tinuod yun na dong. Okay, hi Mr. Vlogs. Oo, tinuod na ni-appeal jud siya dong nga. Kuan ba? Because of the money. Ganun. Okay. Ano ba tayo? Ipakita ka ng kuan. Namit ikaw ng chicken joy. Yung matay kwarta. So, ano kung kayo ang kuan? 150, 500, di ba? That's reality. Nakakaloka naman kayo. Okay? Kung ang ng kwarta ko, ikaw mo na final, ang ballpen rin itulog dito sa May 9, sa mga balini-lini din, kaana raman agad. Diba? Para makakaon din ka. Diba? Lami biya ang pagkaon po. Dito sa kuan, sa itong lugar, ay nga Pampanga, Batuya, Pampanga, ang sudan kay kuan, nakita na ko, ang sudan kay tulo ka lang longganisa, yan ay kanon, leniga ko to siya. Free kaon. Okay? Nya. Alikay kayo kay BBM to siya niya, naghikyat siya dito sa luyo. Nya, namina ra pud siya. Okay, pero BBM siya, naniglan din siya ba sa panghitabo. Siyempre, mukhaon sa kapoy itaw siguro siya. I-share niya yung pagkaon to siya, guys. Usa ka cup nga white rice o tulo ka longganisa. Nya, naman siya Paris, dili so drink tubig ra man to yung Paris. Di ba? Ang saya-saya. Di ba? Nga pa di ba? Okay naman po na nanapulaan mo ato no. Isa pag pakyaw na po, ato na po ka. O di ba? Huwag na sa kibaw. So, kaon na po nimo, let's say 1,000 baron, pre-kaon, gano'n. Di ba? Saya special kaya na sa mga artista. Di ba malingaw-lingaw ka tagagabi ng mga anak? Di kuan. Dito yung kaon, di ba? Nakakaloka. Siya special na medyo kayo makahalo-bilo po dito. Of course, dito ka magsaba nga BBM ka. Ano naman na? Okay? Ang imo rin giampas mga kwarta, pagkaon. Okay, pero nagka-actual na dyan, may katuyok sa bullpen, yung Sara na yun sa May 9. Ganon! Diba? Oh. Diba mga palangga ulitan? Ganon yun. Okay, sa pa yung mga question ninyo kung matulog na taon. Okay? Wala naman mga question. Naman ako tanan sa strong. Hala, ako na ka discuss og kuan guys. Nuclear fusion and nuclear fission, right? Ano pa na ako ma-discuss mga palang akong hitan. Charot. Okay. Saan na siya? Ang fusion guys, ano siya? From bigger molecules to smaller molecules. Ganon. Dayon, from heavy to lighter particle. Split siya ba from larger to smaller. Ang fission, okay, lahi siya kayo. From smaller to bigger. Mag-create siya og dako nga kuan nga element or molecule which is usually happening in the actual. Okay, kasagaran mag-synthesize, mag-add ba yan. Okay, muna siya ang fission, nuclear fission. But again, through nucleus. Katong mga particles ng electron, proton, ana. Okay? Okay, nuclear man. Nucleus. Sa episode sa nucleus, ako na ba nag-discuss dito, di ba? Muna siya ang nuclear fission. Okay? For example, na ako'y kuan, charot. Nabarong ko'y hydrogen. Oh. Ang hydrogen, di ba mo add another hydrogen? Di ba protium ang tawagan niya, guys? Protium. Protium plus protium is equals to deuterium. Diba? So, mean to say, nanakoy duha ka hydrogen. Yeah. Ada na yun akong neutrino. Katong particle ng neutrino. Hindi ka man nato niya, mapulsa sa siya another deuterium plus another one protium. Muna, mahimo na po siya tritium. Okay? Tritium. Tulo ka, para sa siya atom sa hydrogen. Until such time, mahimo siyang helium. 4,2HO, in which mauna ni siya ang final gas na i-release sa sunlight, ang helium sa planet Earth. Galing na siya sa hydrogen. Okay? Through nuclear fission, we can produce the helium gas by the sun. Muna siya nuclear fission. Kani siya kasagaran mo gawas siya kasagaran sa basic questions sa kuan science. Kani mga fusion gaganon. Yung kasagaran ang mugawas ani kana mga hydrogen na may nga proton, deuterium, tritium. Yung ana. Okay, mugawas na siya guys. Okay? And then produce din siya kanang mga basta helium siya ang gas na makuan. Ang kana pong helium guys, mao na siya ang gas nga imong nga ma-present sa underwater. Kanang di ba mag scuba diving ka, helium nga gas ang responsible ana in order for you to survive. Okay? Helium gas. Okay, di ba? Scuba, o sa meaning sa scuba, seawater contained under breathing apparatus. That is scuba. That's why scuba diving, because of type of oxygen cylinder they are using, it put in the bag. Okay, and you have also ECBA na sa mga confined spaces. Mo to ang self-contained breathing apparatus. Okay, that is self-contained breathing apparatus, SCBA, in which dili siya pang underwater. So that's the difference between a scuba and an SCBA. Okay? Ang the same na nga terms ang contained ug ang kuan ang contained lang yun siya ang the same ana no. Okay, ug ang breathing apparatus. Kanang litra niya ba? S C acronym SCBA. So imong ituki na siya pagtatagsa ang kanang C contained sa SCBA. Okay? But dito sa scuba, contain lang gyapon na siya ang C. But na siya S, na siya lahi nga underwater. Kaya ana man siya scuba, SCU. Ang U niya underwater. But ang katong SCB wala naman siya U. Mo to siyang SCBA. Okay? Nya scuba meaning gipuno ra ang U, which means underwater, sa dagat. That's why scuba diving. Okay? SCBA. So, usara dyan ligas niya dahil guys, ang literal ra gyud nga U. But the same acronym. Okay? Self-contained breathing apparatus. But gipuno ra gyud ang U sa scuba. My point is, during your memorization, muna imong i-take note ang clue nga imong ipasok nga nung mo diferensya na siya dayon during sa imong memorization sa acronyms. Okay, mo na siya natabo para mapasar kita sa mga examinations. Okay? Mo na siya natabo tukion jud nato. Charot. Okay, ini question solver man palang akong hitad. Okay. Sa jud nuclear fission, nuclear fusion. Panagsara man ang fusion kana lang. For example, na kay kuan ang fusion for example guys no from gamay ni from dako imong split ang molecules. For example na ako'y uranium with an atomic weight of 236 gram per atom. Now imo na siyang split or i-decompose nito into several elements. So that is the example of nuclear fusion. Okay, ganon. So mo produce din siya panangkuan. Let's say, ibungkag nimo. So, mugamay ang iyang atomic weight. Kaya nga no, kung ano siya, fusion, split into lighter molecules. Dili man siya heavy. So, from heavy to light. Okay? So, muna, mo produce siya krypton. Okay? Mo produce siya krypton at the same time, barium. Okay? Kung i-add mo ang atomic mass of barium and krypton, okay, let's say, based on my memorization, the atomic mass of krypton is 83.80 gram per atom. And the krypton is, okay, barium is 137.327. It will run only to 222 plus. Pila man to ang original sa uranium, di ba? 236. Meaning to say, it will be lighter na after the decomposition in the process of nuclear fusion. Okay? That's the difference. Get the point? So actually, there's a lot of ano pa siya mga examples. Pero mo na lang hinumduman, basta ang final product mo, gamay ganit kalit, ano din na siya, fusion. Okay, sa nuclear transportation topic sa nuclear chemistry ha. And then, kung kuan gani siya guys, kung fission, mudako din yung molecular weight. Sama atong hydrogen, ikalit ka 4 ang mass number sa helium, galing sa hydrogen. 1 ra ba ng hydrogen? Nagitapok-tapok nimo ang hydrogen, himo siyang helium. Oh. Sumoto na nuclear ano din siya, na nuclear fission dayon. Oh. So imong timan na mudako ang Fi, meaning fission. Kay F man ang letters sa fission. Mo gamay ang Fu. More na mo timan Fu. If I automatic na kay nuclear, sabotable naman na siya. Process sabotable na ay may ang ending mo ka nuclear fission, basta gamay ganito no kay Fu. Na dayan sa memorization ba. Kung ang ganito no kung mudako ganito Fi, mo na fission dayon para mutabang siya o remember sa imong kuan memorization or sa imong memory. Okay? So muna yung identification na sama ng metabolism good. Naman tay catabolism and anabolism, di ba? Nung ganito kag-cut, ang katuna na siya mo breakdown sa siya gamay, equivalent sa siya sa kato akong giingon niyo nga fusion. Pareha siya og kanang analogy but different in process or operation. Sa pag-memorize lang ba? Okay nga ang anabolism mo na siya from gamay to dako. Ana o kata ang imong differentiation, but all of them undergoing the process of metabolism. Okay, but there are two types of metabolism, the catabolism and the anabolism. Muna kung mag-exercise ta mga palangga kong hitag, it is the catabolism process that we are trying to face, not the anabolism. Because we are breaking down our fats, our calories, and different type of toxins to be removed in our body. Muna siya, catabolism na siya. We will just use the term metabolism generally because we are not focusing specifically whether it is kata or ana. Understood ra siya ba? Okay, muna siya hitabo. Pero kung imo yung tinudon, imo yung i-extract na technicalities, wrong grammar, gina siya yung metabolism. It's catabolism. Okay? You get the point? If you are really science-related courses, pero kung dili ka science, forget that one. As long as we understand that that is also metabolism, period. Diba? Okay. Dapat yung specific na ang ketosis. Okay, ang ketosis po siya, guys, catabolism na siya nga example. I-breakdown niya ang mga sugars na tempura. Katong sugars ba nga mag-store sa atong lawas. Okay? Kani siyang mga kinds of sugar, kani mga ketosis, kinlan imo gini siyang i-born kay magpundong na sa imong tiyan, dako ang imong tiyan mo na mahimo na siyang bilbil tungod sa ketosis sugars. Now imo na siyang i-used. Okay, so how can we use that one? Kanang dili ka mo kaon pag-ayo, kanang wala pa siya sugar ba na kay para maborn jud to ang ketosis. Meaning to say, mag-exercise ka, wala pa'y kaon. For example, ang imong duty is 7 a.m. Then the end of your duty is 4. And then you want to do exercise. Ayaw pagkaon. Don't eat anything so that your ketosis sugars will be burned out. First, because if you add rice, it will add another sugars, which are the glucoses. Okay? And the fructoses also if you eat orange, sa fruits. So, the more sugars you intake na, plus your ketosis pa nga natural, wala pa siya maborn. So, magkadagan imong sugar. Mauna, dili effective ang imong ang imong exercise because ni kaon man ka permi before ka mag-exercise. You should do the exercise before eating. Okay? Like that. 4 hours before eating. So, after that, after 4 hours, because it is a complete cycle of digestion, minimum of 4 hours inside our body. So for example, gusto ko ma-exercise after 4 o'clock, out mo 4 o'clock. So ayong kaon, exercise na yun, mukaon ka 8 o'clock or 7 plus. Okay? So that mo burn yun tanan ang imong mga kinaon at higayon na, dili mapunan og another sugars. Kung mapunan man galing, at least na burn na to imong ketosis sugars. Okay, katong mga ketosis alat, di ba? Ang sa itong mga ketosis, katong mga dihydroxyacetone sugars, di ba? Okay, and a lot more. Okay, dagan ka na siya, guys. Okay? Mga imong timanan sa sugar family. Basta may question yung mga palang, okay, matug na po. Okay? Di ba? Sa kajud. Na yung mga sa mga kuan, mga calorie. Calorie. O si BBM na mutana sa calorie. Hello guys. Huy, hello pa lang ga BBM, calorie. Ang calorie man gudong. Unit na siya sa energy. Okay? Maong niingon ta, why we are telling nag-burn out ta of calories. Actually, it's not the calories will be born out. It is the fats and the substances that will burn out. Because the calorie is the unit of an energy. Okay? It's just saying like that so that we can have a common understanding of what we are referring to. Because not all are science graduates. Okay? Of all the world, not all are science graduates. So in the benefit of those other who are not taking science-related courses, di man sila makasabot kaayo. Kung nag-ingon na lang na siya nga, born out of calories. But actually, it's not the calories will be burned because that is the unit of energy. Okay? It's really the food and substances, the fats, the electrolytes, the salts, the toxins, or any kind of substances that will be burned, not the calorie. Okay, because the calories is the unit. Just only for the purpose of understanding that that is what we are trying to refer. Okay, you get the point na. For layman's term and common understanding for all the people in the whole world, we will just use burning out of calories. Okay? Ako ba kusabot guys, if you try to be strict, really, it's not the correct chemistry grammar if you use that. Because calorie is the unit of energy. Imagine i-born mo ang unit. How can the unit? It's not a food. It's not anything that will be born out. For example, the unit of the mass is gram. Gram is not a, it's only a unit, not a magnitude. Okay? You get the point? It's not the figure. It's the unit. It's the pressure. For example, I have 33.2 atmosphere. Okay nga, ang atmosphere, yung ikuan, dili ang atmosphere, yung figure ini mo i-adjust ang value. Okay? Well, I will adjust this into 2 bar, 3 bar. But the unit is just still the same bar. But you are adjusting the magnitude, meaning the value, the figure, the number, the data, or the digit. Okay, so that's what it means. The same as also with metabolism. You are burning out the energy, the food substances that will going out to your body, the wastes. Okay, the waste substances. Okay, not the calorie, because calorie is a unit. Okay, I know you understand. Okay, another thing also to emphasize also guys, because we have the conversion for that. Okay, the calorie, if you see calorie in the food package, starts with capital C, right? One, for example, I have 2.3 calorie sa akong bread. May palit ko bread pero sa bakala. Okay? I buy something like that. And there's a 2.3 calorie and capital C siya. 2.3, big C, and small a, small l, small o, small r, small I, small e, and that's calorie. That's another meaning because if you put 2.5, the same magnitude value or figure, then the small letter will be there, small c, small a. It's not the same meaning. You get the point? Because 1 calorie is equals to 4.184 joules. But that calorie is the small letter C, not the capital C. But the 1 calorie capital C is equal to 1,000 calorie small c. Okay, so if you try to convert that, it's greatly having a wrong answer. If you try to convert, for example, you will convert 8.85 small calorie to calorie, and you will say, the same? No, it's not the same because 1 calorie capital C is 1,000 small calorie. Okay? Take note of the food you buy in the market. Take note the first letter only, so that it's easy to compute the amount you take into your body. Okay, for example, if you buy this food, what is the calorie? Then compute. You have now the molecular weight of the ingredient. Oh, and you have also the calorie. Then compute. Then you can solve for what is being, intake in your body. Okay? So, you get the point mga palanggan. Basically, you will use the heat energy formula. Okay, which is heat is equals to mass times the specific heat capacity times the change in temperature. Nakakaloka. Okay, or simple conversion from molar masses to number of moles to ganun ba bachu, and then attach the, conversion. Okay, conversion way or dimension analysis way of solving the problems, not the true formula. You can also convert. Okay? Ganun siya, guys. Nakakaloka. Mo din na say marong tanong. Okay, kay dili pareho usahay. Charot. Kaya nagtuon na ta nga ang calorie more na tanan. Actually, it's not the same. Okay? Like that. Just like 1 liter is equals to 1,000 milliliters sa volume. But sa calorie lang siya, guys. Kay capital man ang L ang liter. 1 liter. It doesn't matter as long as liter pareho raman na siya. Pero sa mass na sa unit sa energy na issue ang calorie. Kung capital ang C, 1 capital C a calorie is equals to 1,000 calorie nga spoon. So dako kasi diferensya, guys. Kung mo compute ka from joules to kilojoules to British thermal unit to erg, from British thermal unit to horsepower to watts, because these are the units of energies you try to convert one over the other. Okay, you can convert the heat energy to electrical energy, you can convert electrical energy to heat energy, you can convert mechanical energy to heat energy, and you can convert mechanical energy to light energy, light or chemical energy, as long as their units will be BTU, erg, joules, calories, kilocalories, watts, and horsepower. This can be changed anytime t, depends on your calculation. You get the point? Basta conversion, hindi na ma-matter. Okay, makuha rin mo tanan. Okay guys, mga palangga kong hitad. Okay, muna sa hita. So, sa pa question mo yung mga palangga kong hitad. Okay? So, pangutanan na ko na yun. Nakakaloka. Okay. Sige pa, sa pangutanan pa yung mga palangga. Okay. Like that. Okay. Lactic acid. Okay. Lactic acid na po. Okay. Ang kanang lactic acid mga palangga, mo na i-measure sa mga doktor. Kung di ba nasakit ka, no? Usa na nila i-measure ang lactate substance sa imong body. Kaya ang kanang mong lactate, gamay kag level ana, meaning prone ka sa kasakit. Okay, muna nga, to survive is to add more lactate concentration to your body. So how can you do that to improve the lactate concentration? Nasakit baron ka, gi-admit ka sa hospital. Muna mo, mubutang sila dextrose. Okay, dextrose. Kaya ang kanang dextrose, it's a part of a glucose concentration, which it involves a lot of oxygen level for our cell respiration or cellular respiration to help them breathe properly, inhalation and exhalation. Muna siya. So, kung take of dextrose, mo adjust yung level of lactate. Okay, lactate level. So, muna siya, nang ipanormalize mo ang lactate para maayo ka. Or else, if your lactate level is always low until such time, you will be killed. Especially if your lactate is very low until it reaches zero, of course, you will be dying. Because lactate is the basis, how strong you are. Okay? That's why it will be taken in the analysis of the doctors during if you admit in hospital. They will check your lactate level. Okay? Aside from your blood, urine, samples, like that. Right? They will record that. They will just say they will just speak to you like that because they are not concerned. Of course, the patient is not concerned with the terminologies. Okay? Unless also they are clever or they are science graduates that ask the doctors normally, sir, what is my lactate level? Di ba, imposible na kayo metabong mo. Tanat sa mga term per term during the ato nasakit na tamo. Tanaw naman ka sa pang record. Dito mo, sir, ano saan ang bilirubin? Ano saan ang creatinine? What is uric acid formula? Di ba, we are not concerned to the chemical formula. We are no longer concerned what is the function of the bilirubin protein. Something like bilirubin protein is very dangerous. Kung taas kayo ng bilirubin sa imong urine, okay, it will cause your kidney to malfunction. And it will damage your liver. So you will be develop jaundice. Jaundice, the yellowish of your skin and the yellowish of your face and your eyes. So dapat ang iyang bilirubin gamay ra siya value. Okay? Mga 0.3 ano lang siya, 0.3 milligrams per deciliters to at least 1, mga ganun lang siya. The same as your creatinine also. If your creatinine level, mga protein na siya guys na unwanted protein sa atong lawas na mo develop siya as a wastes na mo stuck siya dito sa atong gallbladder, and then after that it will be excreted to our kidney, blah blah blah, so on, so until it will release to our excretory system, the urinal urinal part of our body. Okay, renal, R-E-N-A-L, renal gland. Charot. Okay, ganon. So, ang renal gland, katong mga, dito na ang mga kuan, di ba, agianan sa mga ano. Charot. Okay mo na siya, guys. Okay, ato dyan natin manan ito mga kuan. Ang saan pagkontrol ng mga creatinine, bilirubin, uric acid. Muna sa ito, hindi ka mukhaon ng mga fatty substances, oily and fatty substances, and sugary substances, and salty substances. Okay, imo dyan siya i-control. Ganon. Diba? So, meaning to say, anatomy, physiology, chemistry, and epidemiology, so that we can really avoid diseases to come into our system if we study these 4 branches of pure sciences. Diba? Ang anatomy, mga functions ng vital organs, sa purpose ni heart, sa purpose ni respiratory. Yung physiology, how they behave and interact regarding to the different substances we take in. If it is more than, then we need to control. If it is less than, then we need to add. Okay, the leveling of the substances. Okay, because we need nutrients and vitamins so that we can be strong. Something like that. So that's physiology. Now, chemistry. We need to understand the formulation. Because through that, we can easily troubleshoot what are the elements that are very dangerous to our health. For example, sucrose, glucose, sa mali ang puting ko ang mga elements ano diyan, yung mali i-compute. And then after that, ang epidemiology mo na to ang mga disease niya. Wala naman ka i-study or i-control, kikibaw naman ka. So mo na mo epidemiology dayon ka is a branch of science that deals with the study of controls and prevention of diseases. Okay, related to pathology. Pathology in doctor of medicine. You need to study the, what are the diseases, ganun. Okay, nagana siya ang mga doctor in pathology. So we have pathogenic substances, mga disease-causing substances na atong i-fight sa atong immune system. Kaya atong immune system, guys, mao man na siya kuan, silbing antivirus, just like the computer, i-filtered out ang mga negative bacteria, bad bacteria, any diseases that will come in. Muna siya function sa atong immune system, mga palangga. Taas kay discussion, no? And then, kung pure, ang dagang ikag level sa imong white blood cells, okay, leukocytes. Ang leukocytes function, the white blood cells function is for the disease prevention or disease protection along with the, katong gingon ninyo nga mga vitamin C, antibodies. If you have complete antibodies, then it's impossible for the viruses to attack you. Okay? Muna nga na yung mga antibodies formulation sa mga vaccines. Antibodies, okay? And then, katong mga primary and secondary metabolite substances nga ilang i-formulate dito sa vaccine because they know that if they put these metabolite substances along with the antibodies as your ingredients of your vaccines, it will be functioning effectively. Okay? Ganun siya. Okay na mo na, ikasunod sa imong system, i-inject naman to dito, mo establish yung immunity. You know immunity? So every time that they will encounter the same viruses, it will automatically be rejected. Kaya na-immune naman ang katong bacteria or viruses in that particular ingredients nga mo attack nila. Ito yung immunity or muna kita siya immunity or immune system. Okay? Muna siya guys. Okay, so it's not enough only that we need to take vitamin C, enough level of white blood cells, antibodies, phenolinic substances rich in phenols. Charot. O di ba mga phenols, mga flavonoids, ganon. For ano na siya sa mga diseases na siya. Usually sa fruits. Okay, mga contains mga flavonoids nga mga nutrients para mo na siya. Gi-extract naman na dito guys. Ang kanang ingredients sa vaccine, gi-extract sa nila sa plants and animals, plants and vegetables and fruits. Ikuha ra sa na dito, ilan gisagol-sagol dito para may mong vaccine. Okay? Ganon. Okay, mo na siya nga. It's just totally the same kung mo eat kag mga citrus fruits. Okay, kaning mga flavonoids, gikan mo na dito sa citrus fruits. Fresh pa yung makuha. Diba? Di pa siya in the form of vaccine. Okay, so mga ingredients ra magyapon na sa vaccine. Diba? So you should eat a lot of citrus fruits. Kaya na dito ang ingredients sa vaccine. Nga magpa-vaccine pa ka. O diba? So napo siya vitamin C. Muna ako, manili sila magpa-vaccine. Kina naman na dito. Okay? Wala sila vaccine pero wala sila tapti og virus. Okay? Kaya daghan man sila kuan. Kanang protector silang lawas. Sige sila palit og kanang mga kuan. Mga vitamin, daghang vitamins, di ba? So, wala siya. Dili kay vaccine ra jud. O, di ba? Ganon. Muna siya mga palangga pangitan. Any question so far? Nataas atong istorya. Okay? So, matug na ko. 5 minutes na lang ang kuwang. Uy, babay ka. Uy, BBM, natug na ka. Charot. Nakakaloka. Thank you kaayo ninyo mga palangga pangitan. Okay? So, saan dyan ako mayaw-yaw, no? Mojud ko, guys, when I was in college, grabe dyan ako makayaw-yaw. Diba? Musilit dyan akong ba ini reporting. Nakakaloka. Diba? Sa daan lang ko sa may struggle. Okay, nga mo to ako dyan unahon ng kuan kay. Kuan man ko mo. Hindi mo ko mauwaw. Charot! Baga kay now. In fairness. Diba? Baga kay now si Junjun. Maguna-una dyan dito sa kuan. La, sige, go. Ganon. Okay, nakakaloka. Hindi ba mga palangga kong hitan? Ay, nako, nakakaloka mga hitan. Reminders for something like that galore. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, mga palangga kong hitan. Oh, really? Okay. Charot. Okay, guys, mga palangga kong hitan, are you still alive there? Di pa cute akong kuan, t-shirt. Charot. O diba, nakakaloka. Ay nako, mga BBM Sara, nangatog na mo diha. Okay. 5 minutes na lang. Okay, undang na dyan ko guys. Charot. Kapoy yaw-yaw, igutom kaayo. Really? Gutom kaayo. I feel hungry when I talk so much. My gosh, I hate drugs. Okay, nakakaloka. Nandiyan itawag na ako guys. Okay na siya message. Uy, na ako na yung kuhan. Na ako na yung hiring sa kuan sa ano to? Instructor sa chemistry. Ni awit ta kay ano ko diri? Diba? Asa man nga lugar uy? Tapos Daghang ko mga message do mga job opportunities. So, asa lang ni sila guys uy. Nagkakimtaw mo ko anak ko do email na ako rin magpili. Diba? Ako man sugalan guys no, nagandiri sila sa nanglan og kuan tapos ako namang kung uban na lang ko tubag kun kay trabaho naman ko. Di ba? Okay. So pa man ni, ay faculty, chemistry faculty in Bahrain, wala nakakaloka. Bahrain jud. Di ba? Nakakaloka. Kasi siya kaya paano kang gagawin ko doon if ever ma-accepted ako as faculty. Charot. Yaw-yaw na po. Diba? Manlok pa mag-go guys. So, ko experience with kuan guys. Good. I know I can make it. It's totally different kung na-educate background sa kuan guys. Baka na mga professional teaching, ganon. Mas nindot mo dito na kay nakuha nga mga kuan dyan ba? O diba? Na subject about methods of teaching, mga ganon. Professional education, teaching, mga ganun ba from naka-idea how to do well according to your lesson plan, ganun. Though I can make it, okay, di ba? Pero lahi mo dito may kuan na murag, ano ba, kanang skills yun, actual. Lahi ba ang training, o kanang legit din ng mga educators, lahi ba yun ilang kuan, comprehensive study. Okay? So it's not enough. Though, pwede man sana siya kasi kung ano ka mag-practice na ka o tudlo sa school. But, minat mo itong pulido, wala kay mga kuan ba mga methodologies, how you to become an effective professor, in fact, effective instructor, how to do it properly, what are the techniques, how to do it, yung ganun. Okay, it's totally different from saying you will automatically be an instructor without anything. Okay, though content-wise na siya daan, of course, because chemistry is just only minor in our profession, right? In first year college na siya. So we can make it content wise, but the way how we delivered our content to the students is another story. Okay? You get the point? Sama na ko, mag-vlog ako. Okay? So, my vlog is not organized, it's not systematized, so it can create a longer time rather than if I have the way how to do it na ay dito ako dito ano ba lahi siyang organized and systematized way of teaching. This is informal teaching lang kasi vlogging lang man ni. Okay, so what I mean kung anjo ka ba legit professor instructor in a reputable university dapat di ba alam mo na ang mga style na diyan di ba ang mga banat diyan alam mo na yun charot lang di ba nakakaloka di ba okay. Uy, nakakaluka kay mga kapatid. Makaon sa kugkuan, baby, char. Eh, gutom ko, nagaraya-raya ang dinner. Nagaraya-raya yung rice. Bawal ba ito? Puti na rice. Nakakaluka, puti na rice or white rice. Di ba? Nakakaluka. Uy, matug na tao. Uy, tapos makaon sa kugkuan. Char. Okay, ako na yung pagpun ha. Salamat kayo sa inyong pagtanaw. Okay, matulog na dun si Junjun. Thank you kayo sa inyong mga likes, for spending your time with me, for staying tuned with me, for interacting with me once in a while. Okay, thank you so much for sparing your time with me, my supporters of my vlogs and live streamings, and to those who subscribe me and you are also watching diligently and attentively my upcoming vlogs. Though it's not really that you are watching from the first to the last, it's not necessarily matters at all, but as long as you watch a bit, then I will be happy for that. I am very, very grateful for that if you can spend even a less time of your entire 8 hours a day, okay, or 24 hours a day, something like that. I'm very, very happy to that, and I hope you will continue watching my live streamings and videos, okay, guys, because my purpose of this is for charity, not only for myself. Okay, that after 5 years, I can be able to donate this to a certain charity fund so that I can help also somebody who are in need. Okay, this is my really, really great purpose having these vlogs, not for myself. Okay, this is only an instrument so that I can create money for them. Though I already also help a little bit with others, to those who are in need, to be honest with you, but we don't have to be vocal to that. If you help somebody, you don't have to say anything to publicize that you are really helping, or to really to show them through posting social media that you are really helping, because true helping doesn't require social media. Again, true and honest helping to anybody who needs help financially doesn't need social media to expose what are the things you are helping with them. It's not that, for me, it's not that really sincere to do that. Better keep it quiet. Something like, because the Lord God measures your heart, not the way how you expose to public or to posting in social media. It's like that, it's just kind of pretensions. Okay, or hypocrites, something like that, just to show that you are helping, but then you are supporting somebody else so that they will vote for the candidate they are really favoring well. So it's not like that, right? Okay, so we can help through silence, the best. Okay, then if you want that to be grateful, then you can chat them back. Okay, like that through FD Messenger, not necessarily really posting that on social media. I don't even do that. Okay, since the time of immemorial, I still also have so many na talaga siya na may mga cancers, but I don't really want to expose in social media. Okay, ng mga hemation or whatever. Okay, just now I tell to you, ngayon lang yun talaga akong isuti. Part man sa akong discussion. Okay, ganun siya guys. Okay, so if you want to need somebody, help somebody, then you don't have to have the camera and video all the time at your back, 360 degrees in front of you. Okay? And it doesn't need social media to help somebody who are in need. Am I correct? Because it's the heart that matters the most. Okay, not really the way how others look at you that you are helping. Okay? You get the point? Muna siya ang tinuod. Okay. Any questions so far? Really guys, what yun akong objective sa akong kuan guys, akong YT. Really. Okay, so bahala na si Lord kasi mo yun akong for purpose na ako sa akong vlog. Okay? So muna siya guys. Thank you pala ni Ma'am Donna Caraca for always supporting my vlogs. She already knew also my purpose about this. Thank you so much. Okay. And to the others also, you may not hearing the statements now, but actually that is really the purpose. Thank you so much everybody for watching my live stream. Gabi na kay Drigas, nagsipag jud ko just to increase my revenues. Okay, because if I will never do this, daily ala, it will be a problem for me. I cannot develop revenues. Okay, because I don't have trending videos. Okay, so the only way to cope up is to have so many live streamings and videos because my views are not very high and huge. So the other technique is to do a lot of videos and live streamings just to compensate that issues. Okay guys, that's why naibungot. Sige na lang dyan ko, no? Okay, what is your purpose? Okay, and then I love also to share academic information to the younger generation, something like that. But because I want to be relevant. Relevant meaning to say, before I die, I could share the academic information that I learned from my education because this is a gift from God to be shared for free, something like that. Aside from, my goal in the future, but as of this moment, since I cannot do that, I need to do this for sharing academic information for our younger generations, especially science and math talaga siya. Okay? Thank you so much guys for watching. Sa inyong mga anak guys na magpatabang of chemistry, then I am very willing to help you guys. Just message me in the FB Messenger if they found encounter whatever related chemistry problems or chemical reactions or balancing whatever topics in chemistry, then I can help you also guys. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye everybody. Thank you so much for subscribing my YT channel. If you are not subscribing yet, then you can do that and I'm very grateful. Then you can click the notification bell for some newest updates that I am seeing channel. Bye bye. God bless everybody. Let's have good sleep na kahit anong gabi na kahit siya guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye. BBM Sarah and Kakampings, we love you. Kakampings talaga. Ako yun ang Kakampings. Of course, di ba? Thank you so much. Di ba? Ganon.